The following podcast is recorded and produced by the Podcast Precinct in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com. The Podcast Precinct. Consistency, creativity, culture.
Go, Johnny, go, go. Johnny be good and the Red Sox prove to be better than the Yankees. It's good night, New York. Hello, World Series for Boston. Sports Center throwing its best pitch.
This is Sports Center.
Call the Yankees my daddy.
There is a Yankee who is down. It was Don Zimmer. And the Yankees are going to the World Series.
Wake up, Bambino, and have me face him. Maybe I'll drill him in.
Redemption for the Red Sox. A truly grand finale in the Bronx. Absolute bedlam in Beantown. And oh, what a finish in St. Louis. Cardinals find a way out of elimination thanks to a hero at home plate. Plus down and out of L.A. Phil Jackson explains why the Lakers had exactly too many stars.
Hey, Johnny, do you ever just feel like nothing's working out? And all of a sudden stuff starts getting better and you just think to yourself, why not us? Or why not me? Why?
Close. The first part you said I relate to 100%. But the why not me, it's usually why me? Why me, God? Why? That's what I usually say, Andrew.
Well, that's what Red Sox fans said for 86 years as we talk about the 04 Red Sox, and mostly based off of the 30 for 30, which I totally sent you the wrong title, is 4 days in October.
Yeah, but I found it. I knew which one it was. So I did see it. I love a sports documentary. And I will say this. Let me just go ahead and get this little diatribe out of the way for me. What team, what area do the Red Sox play? Yeah, Boston, right? Boston Red Sox.
Boston.
I love how much Boston people complain about their teams not winning when all they do is just look at a different team and they just win championship after championship after championship. And then you complain when you go for a little small drought of non-championships. When I'm down here, and my team doesn't even know what the playoffs are.
This was 86 years.
For one team, you have other sports teams that are doing just fine, my friend.
Yeah, but the Bruins didn't win anything since the 70s. It was really only the Celtics.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was always the Celtics.
It was only
who won like literally a decade of dominance. I'm so sorry. Oh my God! Please continue to cry, Boston Red Sox fans. I'm so sorry.
Same thing I tell my friend Landon at work whenever he mentions the Celtics dynasties from the 50s and 60s. I can't help it if Red Auerbach was like, "Hey, nobody's picking these guys. I'll take them." Okay, I'm so sorry he broke the color barrier. It was like, these guys can play basketball. I don't care.
I'm just.
But this was 86 years. Like, okay, the Celtics were winning.
A lot.
Well, not so. Okay, they won a lot of the 60s and the 60s.
A lot.
Okay, and they won a couple in the 70s.
And then they won a couple more in the 80s.
But this was 86 years.
Oh, and then you won some more in the 2000s.
We won one in 2008.
Yeah, and that's by one of your guys shitting themselves. That's how well you did.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. He hurt himself.
Yeah,
he hit himself. Yeah, I'm sorry, Paul Pierce. That's the truth.
But 86 years. So this team was cursed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I do think that this actual team itself was kind of cursed after the Babe Ruth thing. I do think that's, I mean, you both kind of believe in that stuff a little bit, right?
Yeah, this was the curse of the Bambino. 1 second here. And they just didn't win. I mean, did they go to the World Series? Yeah. But they just never won. I think they went.
Wait.
What?
So during this curse,
They went.
you actually did still make it to the World Series. You just never won. Is that what you're telling me?
We just it was
I'm gonna throw something at the wall.
it was 40s, 60s, I want to say we made it at least 4 times.
No, good God.
Yeah, but okay.
I'm so sorry.
Have you not seen the 86 World Series?
I don't remember.
Oh, well, not like
I mean, I was 3.
86 World Series. 86 World Series. It's game 6. It pretty much could close it out. Okay.
That's the one the ball bounces between the legs.
Yes, Bill Buck.
Okay, yeah. Yes. Yeah, I do know that. Yes.
Okay. So that's the type of stuff that they were dealing with. Or, they would make it somewhere and you would just, I mean, there was other great players, but the greatest player was like Ted Williams and stuff like that. And you got Yaz and everybody else. I mean, these were all the pretty decent teams, but just never won. They just never won for 86 years. There was no championships in Boston.
You're gonna get zero sympathy from me.
Okay, but then on top of that, you got the New York Yankees.
Okay, now here's where I will relate to you. I am anti-Yankee.
Okay, and that's not just because he's from the South.
No, oh yeah, I probably should. I meant the team, the New York Yankees, the baseball team.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
Normally, I would have just automatically been like, "Oh, he knows Yankees," but since living in Texas, yeah, I understand.
We actually don't even use that word very much down here, unless it's talking about the
Really?
baseball team. Yeah.
Oh, they use it here.
Oh well, it's Texas. Everything's a little different in Texas.
They use it here. But you got the Yankees, who are constantly winning.
Yes, that's why I do not like them. That's all they do is they win and they buy their team, basically.
They do. They buy their team, and there is there was times where the Red Sox could have made it to the playoffs, but there's that joke for Red Sox fans. What do Bucky Dent and Aaron Boone have in common? They both have the same middle name, and that's fucking Bucky fucking Dent. Hit a home run over the Green Monster, knocked him out of the playoffs, and then Aaron fucking Boone hit a home run in 2003 because Grady Little let in Pedro Martinez for too long. I'm pretty sure did they cover that in there? The 2003 Red Sox?
If they did, it was very little. It was almost entirely based around this Yankees Red Sox playoff series.
Okay. So they played the year before in 2003.
They did mention that because they said they lost.
So their star pitcher, Pedro Martinez, our manager at the time, Grady Little, because 2004 we get Terry Francona. I love you, Tito. Come back. I hate Alex Cora.
Tito, come back.
Yeah, please. I would love to see Tito. But Grady Little left in our star pitcher for too long. We bring in Tim Wakefield, RIP, still love you. And Aaron fucking Boone racks a home run and we get knocked out of the playoffs. The only sweet thing about that, the bittersweet thing about that is the year that the Yankees lost to the patchwork young upstart Florida Marlins.
Okay, yeah. So
that was
so technically this is a back-to-back years of Yankees losing then.
Yes, but the Yankees weren't supposed to lose again.
Oh, I know they got like a dynamite team. Yeah. This is Jeter at the height of Jeter.
So in November 28th of 2003, we go out and get a little pitcher known as Curt Schilling.
Yeah, he's not a belly itcher. He's full-on pitcher.
He's a full-on pitcher. And then the crazy move was during the season. I got to find the thing again. All right, so July 2004. This has got to be during the deadline. We make a nice little deadline move, and we got Dave Roberts from the Dodgers, who would play a critical part. But we trade kind of at that point the face of the franchise in SNL skit content in Nomar Garcia Parra.
Yeah.
And we end up getting Doug Mankiewicz and Orlando Cabrera. Orlando Cabrera is a better kind of defensive shortstop. Mankiewicz is a kind of a, I would say, a little bit better defensive first baseman. So those were kind of like the moves that we made. And I don't remember too much of this season. Like I was telling Johnny off air, I was in boot camp this time, and I had 10 days off, and then by the time I went to boot camp, I had to go to infantry training, and then by the time I got home, it was pretty much playoff time. But this is
You're
still,
busy.
I was busy. Or how did my aunt put it one time when she called me? When I get done playing GI Joe, she needed me to call her.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa. Wow.
Infantry school, you could have a cell phone. You just couldn't take it out. We did a lot of like field work where you go out and just, and I always, you come back and you check your voicemails. And,
Well, joke's on her. G.I. Joe is awesome.
yes. And that was the voicemail I got. I still make fun of it.
Were you snow job?
No. It's a go job for snow job. I don't think you should be saying that. I wonder if Will's ever seen that.
I hope so. I bet he has. Check out panel discussion.
So, all right. So this team didn't even finish first in their division. This is
right.
The wild card team and everything else. And they're going in, and they made a couple of big offseason moves. And they get into the playoffs. They play the Anaheim Angels. God, that's what they were called at the time. Never seen a team with so many different names. And they beat them in the 3-0 division. Then as we go into as our young upstart GM, Theo Epstein. Now, little side note here. I'm going to give this to Johnny, or if you're not a baseball fan. Theo Epstein, in my mind, is the greatest baseball executive of all time because he destroyed the two biggest curses in baseball.
The Bambino one.
Bambino and the curse of the Billy Goat with the Cubs. He got the Cubs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Got the Cubs a World Series win too. So in my mind right there, he's the greatest executive.
Yeah. I mean, I can't think of anything in baseball that would be like a greater thing to put on your resume is that you were responsible for helping with those two things.
I would put them on. I'd wear a shirt.
Wow. I'd wear the underwear.
It'd be a combo.
Yeah.
Put the Billy Goat face right on the no.
Yeah, right on the crotch.
So then we get to the dreaded Yankees, and this is where my misery begins, and where our documentary begins in a way.
Yes.
So the Yankees beat us.
3 games in a row.
Yes. First game, kind of close. They beat us 10-7. Then in the second game, 3-1. And then this game, game 3. I'm pretty sure it's knocked down now, but there was a bar in Niagara Falls called Cruisers. And I think my friend was playing roller hockey there that night, or they were doing pool for a pool league. So I hopped along with them. And I remember sitting there watching this game when they beat them 19-8 and thinking, we're done.
Yeah.
We're just done. Like, why do I care anymore? Why am I Johnny's like, I'm relating to you.
Yeah, this part I relate to a lot.
Why do I care? This is like beating my head up against the wall.
Yeah.
Why do I even care about anything? Why?
It's like when you're younger and you like a person, but and they know that you like them, so they take advantage of that, but then nothing ever comes out of it.
Been there before.
Yeah. Your Red Sox are friend zoning you.
Yes. There is a great movie based on this too. They made a movie around this.
Oh, is it no.
With Jimmy Fallon and Drew?
Yeah, I know what you're talking. I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a great line in there where he's like an assistant baseball coach for like the middle school or high school that he works at. And the kid's on the bench and he's like, I forget what Jimmy Fallon's character's name is. He was like, Mr. So and so. He was like, you love the Red Sox so much, but have they ever loved you back? And he's like,
Yeah.
and you can see him get frustrated. He's like, just go get a helmet. You're
Yeah.
batting
I mean, did Jimmy Fallon crack up during this movie?
I think there was a couple of key points.
That man can never keep a straight face.
No. But we lose 19-8.
Yeah. Yeah. So morale is low for the fans.
You have no idea how just looking at it is like making me very, very upset.
And just also, if you don't know, never has a team in baseball history came back from being down 3 games to win a series.
Yeah. That was the other thing. The evil empire was going to win again. So to put it in perspective for Star Wars fans, I'll separate a little bit. The Red Sox are the rebel force.
Yeah.
We just want to win. We want to even things out and call it a day.
Yeah. Need some Ewoks to come to save you.
Yankees were deemed the evil empire. We didn't have Ewoks. We got the Jimmy fun. But then game 4 starts. And this is where, like I said in the documentary, Kevin Millar is kind of talking. Great Kevin Millar cannot be in a baseball game because I think he was a scab in '94.
During the lockout.
Yeah. Oh, see, I was waiting for the joke.
Sometimes I like to prove to you that I know what you're talking about.
Okay. That was more important at that point.
Yeah. Yep.
I like
sometimes.
It.
Yep.
Keep me on my toes. I like that. But he's talking and he's like, hey, don't count us out. He's like, we got, got guys coming up that are gonna win. We got Pedro, we got Schilling. We could do this. And the Red Sox had a pretty decent rotation there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, watching this documentary, they would keep showing players that I forgot were on that team. I was like, oh yeah. Like just some people who would like go down in baseball history, basically some big names here.
Do you know how hyped I was when I was watching Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals and I saw David Ortiz down there?
I bet so. Yeah. There's players on this team that I guarantee you, anytime they're in Boston, they don't have to pay for a single thing.
Oh no. Because this is the we were talking. This is the 20th anniversary of this team.
Yeah.
So game 4 hits, and it is not looking good at all. But then things change. Dave Roberts gets on base once again. He steals. This is Poppy hitting the home run.
So here's the thing. I think this is true in all sports. Sometimes you just need that one thing,
yes,
to go right, and then momentum, which is a very real thing, can swing to your side. I mean, we just saw it in the NBA playoffs with the Nuggets and the Timberwolves, right? Where the Timberwolves were definitely down, and it was not looking good, especially when you're going against a 3-time MVP. And guess what? The momentum changes. A couple players make some great plays, and here you are. Bob's your uncle, as they say.
I should have wrote down a lot of this stuff, but as I'm watching this, I get very emotional talking about this team.
Oh, this is your team. I get it.
Yeah.
This is if they did a documentary about the '90s Hornets, I would lose my stuff.
But
which they should do, because I did one on the '90s Magic. Where's our documentary?
I'm not going there. I think if you're gonna do anything on the '90s Hornets, it's a pop cultural impact.
Yeah, I didn't say it had to be about how good we were. I just want something. Let me have something. Why not me?
Well, the other time we saw momentum shift Tuesday as well, because when Jaylen Brown made that shot,
yeah,
It was, you could see kind of some devastation going on.
Oh yeah. Pacers threw that game away.
+2, I made my son keep the door open because the door was open when they were winning because we leave our back
Yeah,
door open
I'm the
for
same way.
our dog.
Yep, I know what you mean.
I had it. I was.
Preach to the choir on this.
He was gonna close it.
You can't close it, not when things are going good.
No. I made my other son go upstairs. Came downstairs. I was like, "What are you doing? Go back upstairs." And he's like, "Why do I gotta go upstairs? I didn't do anything." And I'm like,
Until the game's over.
"Yeah." I was like, "No, we were winning when you were upstairs. Go." But game 4, they win. They win in 12 innings there. And at this point, because I'm going to interject a lot of stuff, I'm still mentally checked out.
Right.
I'm like, I'm done. I don't care. Okay, we got one. Wow. And my brother and my father are both diehard Yankees fans. So I'm still hearing things. And then game 5 comes around. And we win that one 5-4 in extra innings. So now,
So just to flip this real quick,
yeah,
to the other side. If you're a Yankees fan, you're thinking, just win one. You just got to win one.
yeah, and you're also, I think that's the other thing too, is I think Yankees fans are very cocky. So they're
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
thinking
They're Patriot fans. I get it.
they're thinking we just got to win one.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like playing a video game with somebody that's really good.
Yeah.
You're just kind of like just playing, and then all of a sudden you start winning, and they're like, okay, well, you got 1. You got 2. All right, well, whatever. I'm still better than you at everything.
Yeah.
You may get like sneak a couple of wins, but I'm still better than you. So then we get to game 6. This game I did watch, and this is the infamous bloody sock game.
This game I definitely remember.
Did you watch this or just remember?
I want to say that the Sports Center the next day, because I was definitely big in the Sports Center.
I love
And
it.
this was all over ESPN afterwards, right? And my favorite part about this documentary is they actually do show you his ankle.
Mm-hmm.
And like, because I definitely have a vague memory of a lot of people saying afterwards, like he wasn't really hurt. That was all fake. And if you see his ankle, no, that dude's ankle was busted. He wasn't faking that at all.
A lot of people said it was like what they said in the documentary. It was paint or it was ketchup.
Yeah.
What do you think it was?
I think it was his ankle was busted. That ankle was no bueno. That thing looked pretty nasty, gnarly. And that's one thing I did like about this documentary is actually show his ankle. Like you actually get to see it. That thing is pretty gruesome looking. And to say that it was anything else, which I do get in a way because baseball players do try to do what they can to get away with some stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a tried and true history of that in baseball, especially pitchers.
Yes. Shout out to Gaylord Perry.
And shout out to the Rocket on Bob's Burgers, who kept checking Bob's Burgers. The skadoosh.
The skadoosh.
Not the skadoosh. Yes, Bobby, the skadoosh. Check out Bob's Burgers. It's a great TV show.
But you get into this game and nobody really knows how Kurt Schilling's going to do. And he pitches wonderfully this game.
Yeah.
And the Red Sox end up winning 4-2. And
what's lost in that moment, though, too, is, he doesn't pitch the whole game.
Yeah.
So who's the one who comes in after him? I don't remember the guy's name.
Bronson Arroyo.
Who comes in and does a really good job, too.
Yeah, he was, what was he, fourth in our rotation. So he was a good pitcher, not a great pitcher. But he really
stepped up here.
Yeah, he stepped up for this.
One of the lines in the documentary that really stood out to me is there are so many heroes for the Red Sox in this series that some of the other heroes, some of them get kind of lost in the shuffle because so many of their players stepped up.
Yeah, it was everybody did their job, and
Yeah.
that's one of the things that always endear with me with this team is they even called them they call themselves a bunch of idiots.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
That's what they were. They were a bunch of idiots going out there.
And they seem to genuinely like each other for the most part, from what I saw.
Yeah, I'll touch on that at the end, and I'll probably tear up a little bit.
It's all right. We're talking about a black hole after this.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Well, probably never sleep again after that one. Let's just say I'm glad talking about the black hole on the Nostalgia Funhouse. I'm glad I never took any psychedelic drugs in my life.
But the ones who made that movie surely did.
Oh, yes, they did. But this is where things are getting real for me. I'm like, this is a possibility.
Yeah, there's hope. That's the one thing I will say that's very Star Wars related. There's a new hope.
Yes. Yes. This is the new hope. And then we throw Derek Lowe on the mound. And Derek Lowe, not a bad pitcher. I mean, not anybody that's going to be outside of Red Sox lore or a hardcore baseball player. Nobody's going to really remember Derek Lowe.
Right.
No offense to Derek Lowe. I love you, Derek Lowe. But he pitches game 7 and we end up winning 10-3. And we complete this comeback against this evil empire.
Yeah.
It has to be one of the greatest feelings in the world. But then the thing though is, Johnny, is we got past the Yankees. Now we got to win the World Series.
Right.
And not only do we win the World Series, but we sweep the Cardinals. 4-0. We go on to win. We capture our first World Series. And we haven't looked back since, even though our team sucks now. But not only did we win in 04, won one in 07, 2013, 2018.
Yeah. So I'd say that curse is broken.
And the funny thing is, you know how many World Series wins the Yankees have?
I do not know.
They have one since they've won.
Oh, the curse is reversed.
One World Series in 2009 since this is taken place. But this is my team, and you mentioned everybody together.
Yeah.
And opening day, they had everybody out there. Tim Wakefield, unfortunately, has passed away.
Yeah.
And they had his daughter throw out the first pitch.
Oh man, that's awesome.
And the guys even said to her, said, when you get a boyfriend, don't be surprised if you open up the garage door and we're all standing there.
Oh yeah.
All your uncles are standing there to make sure that you're okay. And that was like, wow. This team really loved each other.
That's a family.
Each other and everything else. Because that was the other thing with the Yankees too, in a kind of a culture class, is Yankees have we talked about it, the grooming policy. No beards, no
Oh, that kind of grooming.
There it is. Gotta keep me on my toes. No beards or anything like that.
Yeah.
The Red Sox guys had long hair and everything else. Some of these guys left after the season. Pedro Martinez left. That was kind of hurt. Whatever. You go get paid. You did what you did for Boston, so you go get paid.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to be mad. It's like Kawhi leaving Toronto after a championship. I don't think he'll ever get any hate for it from Toronto because hey, you gave us a championship.
That man good's gonna get paid though. In Toronto.
Oh yeah.
Some guy was offering to just give up a penthouse for him for rent free.
That's a great magazine. Help me become a man. Thank you, Penthouse.
But the Red Sox have always, I mean, it was a very carefree thing in here. It was just, they were just, like they said, a bunch of idiots. It seemed to me watching them play, It was, I hate this comparison because he's not very well liked for off the field things right now. Is Brett Favre. I'm just talking about
Oh, this is just his actual play.
his
Yeah.
actual play. It's very free, loose, fun.
Not his text messaging.
Not his text messaging or his welfare fraud.
Yeah.
It's very free, loose, like he's a kid out there just playing the game. And that's what I really felt about the Red Sox is that they never felt rigid. They never felt like it was like a job. Yes, these guys were making millions of dollars,
But they're playing baseball.
but they were just playing baseball. It was, hey, let's just go out there and we'll play baseball. We'll see what happens. And let's go win one for the city of Boston.
Yeah, they were definitely a way more likable team than the Yankees.
Yeah. You don't like the Yankees at all?
I have zero love for them.
Are you in the same boat where you don't like championship winning teams in a way?
I can't say that because I love the Bulls.
Okay.
Because that was a team that was big when I was getting into basketball. I love, and all they did was win championships. There are certain championship teams that I really liked. But I think it's when it's the same team over and over, and dynasties, I guess is the best way to put it. Because I do remember getting tired of the Spurs, despite the fact that I loved Tim Duncan. I was like, I'm ready for somebody else.
The crazy thing about the Spurs is they never won consecutive championships.
I know it that well, but it feels like they did because they won so many.
It was the craziest thing in the world when you think about that.
They basically alternated years.
They're like, we're not going to go this year. We'll give it to somebody else. We'll get this one.
Have you seen what Tim Duncan looks like now?
Oh, yeah. You can tell it's from the Virgin Islands.
Yeah, that dude's enjoying retirement.
He deserves it. 100%.
Power to him. One of the best power forwards in history.
He's my goat at power forward.
Mine too, honestly. Yeah.
But that is it. 2004 Red Sox. Thank you. Check out the documentary. I should have taken notes, but I'm just was so into this to the point where I've seen it and watched it so many times, but I haven't watched it in maybe the past year. Where when my kids came downstairs and saw I was watching this, and they were like, "Are you really watching this again? Didn't you make us watch this like 10 times?" And I was like, "Shut up. This is the best. Look at this team. Look at these guys that I'm pointing out. I'm like, hey, look, there's Bill Mueller. I was like, he wasn't the greatest, but oh man, that guy could get a hit when he needed, and I just talk about it.
Oh, and you let your kids know. I guarantee you, when they were little, you had to watch some things over and over again so they can get over it.
The thing is, I kind of enjoyed some of them.
Yeah, but still, I'm not saying you didn't have to enjoy them. I'm saying you still had to watch it.
Oh, so the other crazy thing about how great these guys are too. My favorite player on this team was the catcher, Jason Varitek.
Yeah.
But he was at like the Boston Zoo and he saw a guy wearing you ever see like those jersey t-shirts?
Yeah. Yeah.
He saw a guy wearing one of his. So Varitek he kind of looks like it, but he looks like a normal guy.
Yeah.
Not going to really pick him out of a crowd. And
he's like John Stockton on the Dream Team.
Yeah. And he goes up to the guy and he's talking to him. He's like, so you're a Varitek fan? He's like, yeah, man, I love the guy. He was like, he was great. He was like, I don't know if he's still, coaching with the team or whatever or anything else. And, he's having this whole conversation with this guy. And then finally he's like, I'm Jason Varitek. And the dude just loses his mind. He's like, oh my goodness. And he's like, oh, I just want, and he's just talking to him. I'm like, this is the guy. These are the guys.
I love that. Yeah.
They're the guys that don't feel like they're excluded from anybody. I think
they don't feel like they're owed.
Yeah. I always felt like that was a way different thing from Boston compared to New York on all different levels. Like, I always felt like if you were, a Yankee or something like that, you were kind of untouchable. But then you got we talked about it with Larry Bird mowing his lawn on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, he wasn't making millions, but he was making damn good money back then.
Back then, he was paid well.
Hire somebody, bro. Hire somebody. But nope, rather do it himself. I mean, the guy killed his NBA career pretty much by putting in a driveway for his grandmother.
Yeah.
But that is it. 2004 Red Sox, forever in my heart. My favorite team of all time. This is the greatest team. Were they the best team? No, but in my mind, they're the greatest team of all time. Just, and it shows you what you can do when you just kind of work together and you just
Yeah.
don't get too stressed out and you have fun. Things will work out. I still use them to this day. When somebody's like, hey, even if my team is winning, like a lot of examples with the NBA playoffs with the Celtics, and they're like, hey man, your team's up. And I was like, you know what? No series is ever over for me. I said, after you watch or you've watched the 2004 ALCS and you've watched that comeback, you feel no series is ended until the final game, until that buzz run and you got your 4 games. No game is 100% done.
Yeah. Why not us?
Yeah, just why not us? Well, thank you everybody, and you know what? I'm just gonna end it on that. Why not us?
Yeah. Check out our social medias. We have a Facebook page. Andrew does a great job with all that stuff. Check that out. Stay tuned. Thanks for listening. We appreciate all of y'all. It means a lot that you guys check us out. And for Andrew, I'm Johnny. Why me?